So we are live. Hello and welcome to Ref Sports. I'm Shorjani Chatterjee, your host for the post-match live. And joining me is Snehashish. Now, today was a double-header day and we are so sorry we could not come for the pre-show. But once again, Trent Rockets have won the first match and the second match has been won by Manchester Super Giants. Now, the first match was between Sunrisers Leeds as well as Trent Rockets. So, Snehashish, let us talk about the first match. First of all, Sophia Dunkley. How good was she?
I think it's going good for Sophia Dunkley. As you can see, last two games, two back-to-back player of the matches, and the consistency that she's showing, I think, is good for her to keep herself in the radar for that England section. Because if you can remember, I was only talking about that time has been running out for someone like Sophia Dunkley. So, she has not been that much of convincing enough with the bat. She has not been that much of consistent enough with the bat, be it for England, be it for any franchise or even in the domestic cricket. But right now, the way she is batting, and especially in the last two games, the way she has batted and she has won the player of the matches with crucial contributions, I think is very good sign for her and for the team as well. So yes, whenever you're one of the openers or both the openers do well in shortest format, be it T20 or be it 100 or be it T10, whatever it is, it's always good because you then maximize the power play overs. You get a good start, get a perfect foundation to post or chase down a good total. So I think in that sense, I think Sophia Dangley is doing exceptionally well. And again, I am saying the same thing, that it is good for her that she's showing the consistency, and obviously good for the team because now back to back two play of the matches, and she has been pretty good with that.
True, Snehashish, and I apologize to our viewers. I had a small issue with the internet, but I'm back. Also, we have to talk about Nat Sciver-Brunt because she was not there in the previous match. We saw the playing 11. We were a little surprised, and then it was said that due to workload management. Was it due to workload management or was it because of an injury? Can you
No,
recall,
obviously
Snehashish?
that. Yeah, she obviously that injury is playing a part here. That injury that she suffered during the T20 World Cup, and only for that maybe she is doing this workload management thing. I think she needs to see her health very well at this stage of her career. If she really wants to play, continues to play for England across all the formats, considering the Ashes is also coming, Test matches will be there, and also in franchise cricket as well. So it will be very difficult for her to, when it comes to the fitness. So at this stage of her career, the workload management will be crucial, and maybe England management also will keep a close eye as well. So let's see. I think in going forward, we might see that more of that going regarding. But I also think that the injury that we found out during that T20 World Cup, I think for that only, I think this workload management thing is going on right now for Nat Sciver-Brunt.
Snehashish, one question for you. Would you pick Ashley Gardner or Daniel Gibson as your captain?
No, no. I think as of now, if you just ask me, depending on this tournament, I think obviously Ashley Gardner. Yes, I'm obviously the stats that Ashley Gardner has been doing as captain, but more than those numbers, I will go with some certain decisions and certain points. Even today, I know Deepti has not been bowling up to her potential, up to her quality. You know, but today also we saw Deepti bowled, I think, only 10 balls and 20 runs. His run rate was not that good. Obviously, I completely agree to that. But still, utilizing Deepti in every game now and then for 10, 15 balls in between one game, maybe 20 balls. I think somewhere you are not fully utilizing Deepti as the bowler, or maybe not at the perfect phase as well. So somewhere all the things are not going well for Deepti as well. That is why maybe the performance is hampering. But again, I think one match where she took the decision of bowling herself at the crucial stage, those five deliveries, but eventually ended up, getting smacked by the batters, and those five deliveries eventually proved pivotal in the decision going on for Danny Gibson. See, for Danny Gibson, I think it's very start for career as a captain. So I think she will learn from these mistakes. It's happened when you are doing captaincy in such a tournament and games are coming fast and fast. It's very difficult to adjust quickly. It's okay. You identify the mistakes you do in the last game, but still, when the games are coming thick and fast, it's very difficult to come out better and very quickly. So it's fine, but I think as of now, in terms of experience, we expect Ashley Gardner to do well as a captain, and she has been doing that. So, answer to your question, obviously, Ashley Gardner, no doubt about it. I believe that if Danny Gibbs continues, I think he should or might improve as captain.
True, very true, Snehashish. Also, now that you're talking about Deepti Sharma, you mentioned her in your answer. We have to discuss about her. There has been a pattern, and you have spotted this pattern because you were the one who told me this angle that she performs in the first two matches of a tournament, and then she goes wicketless, and then her line and length is not proper. She kind of looks a little out of touch. Her rhythm gets lost. So where is it going wrong, Snehashish? What do you think?
It's quite disappointing to see Deepti Sharma, the bowler, as currently. I know because, as you mentioned, that India World Cup, we saw that T20 World Cup. First game, 5 wickets against Pakistan, superb start. We were all happy. Then in the next game, 1 wicket, and then after that, she was wicketless for most of the games and being expensive, not finding her line and lane, not finding at the proper pace at which she needs to bowl. Throughout the World Cup, we saw that through the World Cup. But then again, the same pattern is going on in this 100 as well. The first game, she was good. She picked a wicket. But again, in the next game, from the next game onwards, she is not looking that much convincing enough. Yes, again, I'm saying maybe not properly using her, not properly doing at the perfect fix where she could have done more in terms of, when it comes of, the potential and also the quality. But still, I think the experience that the Christian has, the quality that she has, whenever she is getting chances, I think she's too well. 1 or 2 games, it depends. You might not get weak, you might not score once. It can happen with any girl. But when this thing now span is become very, very common now. That in a tournament she starts well, but fails to continue that momentum. I think this is something that she needs to work on. Otherwise, it will be difficult for her because back to back, not two big tournaments where she's showing this kind of same pattern. So I think going forward,
Snehashish, I would just request you to disconnect the earphones. I think they are causing a little bit of a glitch in the audio.
okay,
Yeah, just disconnect it for a while
okay,
till I look at the comments. Okay, I found my favorite comments, Snehashish. I think Trent Rockets
okay,
will win this year. They are looking good so far.
okay.
So I have found my favorite comment because I have also been supporting Rockets from the beginning. But apart from that, definitely. Snehashish, moving on to Sunrises leads. We were talking about Sunrises leads. What I wanted to ask you is that we have been talking about Deepti Sharma, but somewhere or the other, do you feel that her form is the reason why she is not given those 20 balls? Because Deepti Sharma bowling those 10 balls, and we've spoken about this earlier also. We've spoken about the fact that Deepti Sharma is not bowling her full quota, and where she's being underutilized. But again, given the form that she's in, would you trust Deepti Sharma for those 20 balls? That is my question. Definitely the experience comes in, the
Yes,
the rhythm comes in.
yes, absolutely valid point. I think if you really want to use a bowler for her, one of the big factor, right? So when you see a bowler is conceding 17 runs in the first 10 deliveries, it's very difficult for any captain to show that trust. Yes, when a captain shows that trust, somehow that move comes up good, then that becomes a master stroke. Then that becomes, the faith that a captain has shown has finally helped that player to come out of the bat and do well for the team. That's how you always put that out. But for any captain, it is very difficult to hold that trust because on paper, what Danny Gibson is seeing that she's being expensive, right? In every other game, she is getting expensive. She's not being able to all those perfect deliveries. So, especially for a young captain like Danny Gibson, not having that much of experience, it's very difficult. I think she will always go with the current form, will always go with the stats. So, in that basis, right now, Deepti Sharma is not a best option for her to go when the things are not going well for the team. So that is so maybe she is struggling and he is not being able to give those full quota balls over whatever you say to Deepti Sharma. And obviously, I also kind of agree that the current form, the lack of consistency is a big factor in terms of that why she is not getting those full quota deliveries.
True, but there's this one player that we have to talk about. Trent Rockett's Annabelle Sutherland. I mean, with those 20 balls that she bowled and then went on scoring runs. Snehashish, your thoughts?
See, I think I was really, wishing that Annabelle Sutherland could win that game. I think she batted brilliantly. You very rarely see someone like Annabelle Sutherland bat at that kind of a strike rate. That also shows that she has that potential to come out, play those shots at a regular interval and score quickly at that kind of a strike rate. Generally, we always know that Annabelle Sutherland is kind of player who takes a little bit of time and then plays a longer innings. So that's a very rare innings from her, and that's why I kind of wanting the time that the way she has played, she should have won that game. But it's very unfortunate that she couldn't, just I think what just 5 runs if I'm not wrong. So they fell apart. But overall, I think next game from Annabelle Sutherland, I think she must be happy with the performance, especially with the bat. I think with the ball, we don't need to discuss the way she has been providing the impact. With the ball, she will be impactful and she will do the job very beautifully. With the bat, you really don't see the kind of innings from her, but it's so good to see that she also can play that kind of. So very good point for her as an individual and for the team. It's quite unfortunate that she ended up in the losing cause.
Absolutely, Snehashish. We'll take a few comments and then we'll definitely talk about the second match as well. Richa Ghosh and Smriti Mandhana, both of them in the second match against MI London. Another defeat for MI London. Ducks scored by the openers of the team. So a lot of things that we need to talk about. Okay. Meg Lanning, Sophie Molyneux, Ashley Gardner. Who is better captain? Meg Lanning. Without any doubt.
Yeah, make clear.
Without any further debate,
This,
Meg Lanning.
this is not a question.
Good.
This is not even a question. It's making you have to see the legacy that Om has built over the years. Leading franchise cricket, leading Australia in so many ICC tournaments. So with Megan, you cannot compare anyone, but yes, Sophie Molyneux has been fantastic. New World Cup winner captain right now and has been doing superb in this tournament. Ashley Gardner as well looking good, but still there are a lot of questions regarding Ashley Gardner as well. I think the WPL team also show that Ashley Gardner as a captain still needs to work on, but as of now, Sophie Molyneux is quite ahead of Ashley Gardner as of now.
Okay, so Tanya wants us to take their question. So they are saying, why did Jemmy hug Fatima Sana? Does she not know about the policy of Indian cricket with Pakistan? Not even a handshake and still she hugs her in public. Snehashish, would you like to
See,
say?
I don't want to comment on this thing. If we would have liked to comment or do something, we could have done earlier, I think, because this thing happened 2 days back, if I'm not wrong. So I don't want to comment on this thing. This is a very political thing. We, as a team, as a sports team, we don't want to get involved into such things. That is why we are not giving a single percentage of attention to this, because all these things are behind in social media and we all are seeing this. We are not bothered with this. So it's on the players. If there is something, if she has done something wrong, I think there's so many dignitaries, so many boards are there. So cricket boards are there. They can do the job. They can take the decision. But I am not the right person to any comment to make any comment on that thing maybe. So yeah. Okay.
Rightly said, Snehashish. Moving on to the next match. Firstly, Smriti Mandhana scored runs. Secondly, Richa Ghosh at number 3. Your thoughts?
Your thoughts? I was happy to see Disha coming at number 3. I think it's a great opportunity for someone like Disha to attack but get some time. But the problem is that Disha is not grabbing those opportunities. That's the way she failed. Why is it failing? Because that less amount of balls to make an impact, because she comes out to bat at number 4 or number 5. But today she got opportunity at number 3. She could have played well. She could have finished the game there for the team. The team could have got a little and win the game more convincingly. But somehow Richa again failed. So it's very disappointing to see Richa failing again with the bat. But yes, it is what it is. With the glove, she has good throughout the tournament. the catching technique, the run out techniques, and all the positioning. I think she has been good throughout the tournament so far. But with that, I think she has not been doing the justice. I think especially today, when you get to bat number three, I think that's the opportunity you have to grab. So if the team has been giving you that opportunity, so that's the chance for you to go out there and show that you can do the job. Still, she couldn't. I think that will definitely not help her going forward.
True, Snehashish, and we've been talking about this also. The fact that Richa Ghosh, when she comes out, she's a power hitter. So she just tries to slog every ball. And the fact that the pitch is a little slow and it is not favoring the batters, it's an even pitch, right? You are seeing that the bowlers, when they are bowling in proper line and lengths, they are the ones who are getting the benefit. So batters have to work a little hard in the kind of pitches that the tournament is being played upon. So somewhere or the other, that is also affecting Richa Ghosh. But then coming in at number three, we had a lot of expectations from her, given the fact that the runs, the target that the team was chasing was low. But nevertheless, which brings me to my next question. I asked you about Smriti Mandhana and Richa Ghosh in one single question. But now if I have to like separate it, Meg Lanning and Smriti Mandhana, how well do they complement each other, Snehashish?
Yes, I think today's partnership was very good. Good start to for the team. Obviously, the target was not that big enough to make that kind of an impact, but still, a good opening partnership always helps a team to chase down any kind of a total. So yes, good partnership between Meg Lanning and Smriti Mandhana. Smriti Mandhana swing 34 looking good. The only thing that kind of it be that back to back 2 games now.
I think there's some issue with Snehashish's internet. I think he will join back very soon. Is it me or is it Snehashish's screen frozen?
Yes,
I
I think
think
I'm back.
oh now now he's
I
back.
think I'm
Okay.
back.
Yeah.
Yes,
For a
yes.
moment I was
Sorry,
contemplating
guys.
whether my internet is not working properly or whether
No, no,
you
I
are
think
frozen.
I
So I
think
was
it was mine.
contemplating for a while.
Yes, yes, maybe it was mine. Also, sorry, guys, but yes, as I was saying, I think it was a good partnership. No doubt about that. The only thing that it me little that Smriti Mandhana back 2 games go out by left-handed spinners, slow left orthodox spinners. So I think that is one thing a little bit problematic for me to see because 2020 ODI World Cup we saw that not only Smriti, all the Indian batters started with left-arm spinners. In between, Smriti kind of improved that thing, but again in this tournament, now back to games. Let's see. Hopefully, this thing will not continue. But good partnership, 34 from Smriti, 41 and 43 from Meg. So good one. So it's good always for any team to get a good opening partnership from the opening. And one thing that also helping Manchester Super Giants that Meg Lanning is also looking to score at a better strike rate. That is also kind of helping and giving Smriti Mandhana that extra space or extra time to get selling. So that's a good sign for Super Giants.
I'm so sorry, Ashish, but the moment you mentioned Meg Lanning, Beth Mooney came into my mind. And in the first match she played and she did not score runs today. And I somehow forgot to ask you that question and I apologize. But Beth Mooney, your thoughts, I mean, what is wrong? I mean, in the World Cup we saw the kind of performance that we are usually so used to seeing from Beth Mooney. And then in this tournament, Ashish, what is going wrong?
See, obviously, kind of knocks that she played in the semi-final and final of the World Cup. You expect heading into this tournament that she will be one of the players to watch out for, and she's currently the number one ranked T20 batter, and fully deserved, no doubt. But if you really see Shoji in the World Cup, also she struggled, right? In the group stage, she only scored 50 plus runs Netherlands. Otherwise, the other 4 games she struggled. It's good for her, good for Australia that as a big player, she turned up in the big games, in the semifinals and finals. So that is why she got the award of the player of the tournament as well, and fully deserving. I'm not saying, but eventually, considering the consistency and the form, that was not there for Ekuni, right? That she scored those 2 important knocks in those 2 important games, but not that consistent enough. Typically, in 7 games of the tournament, she scored in 3 games. In 4 games, she struggled. So I think that thing also happening there as in this tournament as well. That she is not being able to get those stats maybe, or she is not being able to convert those stats. But again, Beth Mooney is Beth Mooney. When the game will be in a critical situation, when the team will be needed the help the most from her, I think she will step up. So there is no doubt that she will do well in the upcoming games. Whenever the team will be in completely, tough position when it comes to the qualification and everything, I think she will step up. So yeah, let's see whether she does well. But I think just know that yeah, she has come in this tournament after two fantastic knocks in the semi-final and final of the World Cup. So should do well in this tournament. I think off form off that can happen with anyone, and it's something that Beth Mooney is also suffering. But I expect her to make a comeback. So let's see.
Okay, thank you so much, Nehashi, for answering that question. Now I'm going to jump back to the second game. Sophie Ecclestone, player of the match. Now we have spoken about Sophie. We've written multiple articles. You have written multiple articles about her, and we've always spoken about the fact that how she utilizes her height and how she relies on her pace when she goes out to bowl. But Snehashish, my question to you is a little different from the analytical one. What I wanted to ask you is that you've been closely covering women's cricket also. You have seen Sophie Ecclestone practice. Anything that you want to share with the viewers or with me that we usually don't know about Sophie Ecclestone? How is she like when she practices, and how is she like on the field?
Um, I think she's a very lively character in the practice sessions as well, and she likes to have fun and everything. I think she's a jolly character between the teammates and all. And one thing that she always tries to keep the simple things simple, not making very complicated. I think she knows herself as a bowler, as a spinner, doesn't spin the ball that much. If you see most of the balls of Shreyas doesn't spin that much. It mainly goes, straight in bowling stumps to stump. That is the main
She
mantra of
bowls
art,
straight
and
and
that
she
is
relies
what.
on her pace. She does not.
Yes,
It does not
yes,
turn
wicket
her.
to wicket, pace variation, wicket to wicket, a simple thing, and that simple funda that she has been following throughout her career, and by following that, she has already become the highest successful bowler of England women's cricket history, the most number of international wickets for England women. So I think that has been working for her. That has also worked for today as well. But if you go through post-match comments that she made during the post-match presentation, that why she was asked to bowl in the power play today by McLaren, because she had, when it comes to matchups, she has a very good matchup against someone like Haley Matthews. So obviously, when you're facing Haley Matthews, you need to take that wicket as early as possible. So that way, McLaren, the captain, again use that dice, ask Sophie, Sophia to bowl. And if you see Sophie, the first all 10 deliveries continuously she bowled in a trot all those 10 deliveries and took those 2 wickets, both openers. So she took the wicket of Haley Matthews. The plan worked. And I was going through the stats, go through the stats. So before putting franchise cricket, already 9 times Sophie Molyneux has dismissed Haley Matthews. So this was the 10th time in franchise cricket. I mean, I'm saying only T20s, not in the T20 guys. I'm not talking about internationals, only T20s. That 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 dice worked, and again that showed the variety and the capability that she has also told with the new ball as well. So she was happy. I think she sounded very happy to bowl at the power play, and also kind of asked making to continue with that power play more and more as possible. But overall, I think she has been a team player, and she has been doing so far so good for this team and for England as well. So
Very true, Snehashish. You have been talking a lot about her accomplishments and how great she is as a player. This is a question that is coming not as a host, not as a panelist over here, but it is coming from a perspective of a fan who has been following women's cricket. My question to you is, why is she not considered for leadership positions?
sorry, one more you can say.
I was asking you, why is Sophie Ecclestone not considered for leadership positions? That is what I was asking you. And this is something that has been, I have been thinking
Okay,
about it for a
okay,
long
okay,
time.
okay, okay. Mhm. See, good question. Sophie Molyneux, with all her experience and all, you kind of expect that she might get a captaincy duty. Any
Just to
franchise
correct
team,
me, Sophie
actually,
Ecclestone. You just said Sophie
at least.
Molyneux. Sophie Ecclestone.
Oh, sorry, guys. Yes, Sophie Ecclestone, yes. So, yeah, Sophie Ecclestone should gain captaincy at least in franchise tournament as well. But if you see, that has not been that the case, right? In WP also we didn't see that. I think in UP Warriors you had that chance, but they didn't do that. Even in this team also, yes, when you get someone like Meg Lanning, definitely we're not going to think about any other captaincy candidates. But when it comes to, I think, Sophie Ecclestone, I think fitness and maybe some some problem maybe regarding the consistency. Yes, she has been doing well. That is why she is the highest wicket taker of England women team in the history of the cricket. I can understand. But still, if you see for the last 1.5 years, she has struggled a bit with the fitness. She got dropped in between from the England team as well. She has made a comeback well and she's been doing well. It's all good. But in the last 1.5 years, she has struggled with fitness a bit and with the form as well. So maybe that's the inconsistency. But yes, with the experience that already she has, I think she can be an you know exciting prospect when it comes to leadership. And as I mentioned, she's a very jolly character. She always gets gelled with the other teammates very beautifully. So yeah, good options to have. But see, I think the teams that she plays for, I think they have better options as captaincy. Like in this team, you have McLean, players. I think once they had someone like Elisa Haley, and right. So yeah, I think better options they had. That is why they went with the other's name, more experienced one when it comes to captaincy. But you don't know, maybe going forward in one of the 100 franchises, you might see so extent doing captaincy. So let's see.
A few questions about MI London before we close the show. We'll also take a few comments. A lot of people have been commenting, and we haven't taken much comments today. But Snehashish, there's a comment over here which says, "Where do you think it is going wrong for MI London?" I will take that comment, but before that, my question to you is, Danny Wathodge, will this team, or is this team already missing her? Because Alice Davidson, she's been given an opportunity for the past two matches or three matches she has been playing, and we have not seen her scoring runs. Today it was Hayley Matthews who did not score runs, but then both the openers, they were dismissed for ducks. So your thought, Danny Wathodge, how important was she in the playing 11? Although I would not say that Danny Wathodge was very consistent, but do you think that her experience or the name tag of having a Danny Wathodge in your team, some way or the other, affected the confidence?
No, I think no doubt about that. It's a big blow for the team, especially in this current situation. The team has been struggling badly throughout in this tournament. And in this tournament, ahead of today's game, we got to know that Danny White has been, ruled out of the remainder of the tournament. So it's a very big blow for the team, no doubt about that. And as you correctly mentioned, Shurjani, that it's not only about the form, it's about the experience, it's about uh, the weight of the name that Danny White carries. When you see in your opposition team that have certain Danny Hodge playing, you know that you have to come up with better plan because she has that ability to come up and play such kind of a knock that can take you out of the game completely. So yes, it's a big loss for the team, no doubt about that. And you see how unfortunate because obviously she played so well for England in that World Cup, but she getting into this tournament, she had a bad start, but she scored that 50, right? That unbeaten 50. But she scored those runs. That was a very confident run for her. But after that, the injury came, and now she is ruled out. So very unfortunate timing for her and for the team as well, because right now things are looking very, very tough for my London. Yes, mathematically they still may be in contention. If they win every game and if other loses everything, blah blah blah. But practically, they are mostly out of the contention as of now after losing to this game. So yes, no doubt that they will is Dan White and things are not looking.
Okay, so on that note, we are closing today's post-match show, and we apologize that we could not take all the comments today. But we will be back tomorrow for the pre-show and the post-show as well. And once again, we apologize as a team for not hosting two lives yesterday because of the Commonwealth Games. You all know how busy it was, and then her whole team was at
Commonwealth game,
Glasgow sending us
guys.
the details. Sorry.
No, I'm
So the
saying
entire
Commonwealth
team was
game,
at
guys.
Glasgow.
That is why
Yes.
so much work was there for all of us, for all of us. Everyone was doing. Shooting was writing pieces after pieces. I was publishing videos after videos. So much work was going there, and all medals match were there because everyone that yesterday India had 10 medals matches, right? Only from the boxing, and I am not talking about the other events as well. So that is why we're quite busy. That is why we couldn't come and decided that it's okay. It will be good that we kind of put at least have off day for the lives, and we'll come back tomorrow. That is we came back today, and as Rojani said, that from tomorrow onwards again every day will come
And
for the
hopefully
pre and post.
Trishadi will join us very soon. She will be back from Glasgow and then she'll
Yeah,
start joining the lives as
yeah.
well. So thank you so much for watching the show. We will be back tomorrow. Keep an eye on Rev Sports.